Hey everybody, it's Delta Shiny Zeta here, bringing you a brand new Let's Play, Greek Memories of Azur. So a lot of things to talk about when it comes to this game, but basically it is a 2D platformer with a lot of combat, with a lot of really different elements that fall under the Metroidvania subgenre, which is a subgenre of games that I've been really playing a lot of, especially on my channel the last 6 months or so. And this is one of the more highly anticipated games from a lot of people with the Metroidvania genre of this year. There's been several others, but this is definitely one that's gotten plenty of hype. The game is going to be released on August the 17th actually for numerous platforms, but I am playing on the Nintendo Switch. So a lot of you may be thinking, well, this video is actually up early. Well, that's because the publishers have actually granted early access for myself, as well as I'm assuming other content creators, to actually go ahead and upload content of this game up until the second boss of the game, which means that if you are watching this at launch, and it just restarted, wow, sorry, a lot of games actually do that, right? Yeah. So that means that if you're watching this right at launch, we're going to upload this video, and the next couple days you will have this in your feed a little bit earlier than the game actually releases, but that's for a little sneak peek of the game. However, once I get to the second boss of the game, I am actually going to move forward on the 17th actually of August and then finish up the game there. So anyway, let's go ahead and do a couple settings here. So we have language English, interface scale. We're going to go ahead and do normal, keep that normal. Rumble disabled. Screen shake, I'll just go ahead and put it around the middle. I don't want too much screen shake because it can definitely make some of you feel very nauseous, that's for sure. And then controls. There's a lot of different controls in this game. There are the basics like jumping and attacking and interacting, of course. There's also a roll, and then there's actually a couple other things which I'm going to obviously talk about these things as we play through the game, but just know that it has a lot of controls with the ZL, ZR, and it's a little bit more complicated than you might think. So, I do know a lot about this game. I should actually make a note of that. I do know this game pretty well. I've actually, because I've gotten early access, I played through the game off-screen fairly far into it already, and I've learned a lot about the game. I'm going to go ahead and apply the changes there. We're going to start, and we're going to choose a file here. As you can see, I'm 4 hours and 43 minutes into this game. But let's go ahead and start a new game here. So if you are looking for an extensive walkthrough, like the tutorial of this game, how to play, how to be good, you're in the right place.
Since the threat fell north of Malaysia, in the unexplored lands of Azur, from that moment on, and without any cause, some beings appeared, called Koreans. They brought new life to every corner, and have kept away those who have long since mistreated those lands, the Ulogs. For years, the Koreans have defended the valley and kept this land prosperous by building fortresses and training many generations in order to protect it. Great battles have been fought and won, and the Koreans maintain their reign until now. The Ulogs have gathered together and using a mysterious force, they have unleashed a war more devastating than this land has ever seen before, destroying the Korean legacy and ravaging everything they have built. Now all only the last breaths of the few remains. Eternal wings, please take this story far away and let everyone know what is happening in Nasha.
And with that opening cutscene, we get right into the game. So like I was saying, it is a 2D platformer, so you can move left, right, you can jump with B, you can attack with Y, and you can interact with A, only when there's like actually objects to interact with, of course. You can also press X to roll. Now, this is one of 3 playable characters in the game. This is actually Greak, the first of 3. And each character does play pretty differently. Also, you can double jump, by the way. You can actually double jump. But yeah, each game does play very differently. There's a little tutorial here in the beginning that will actually talk about a couple things. So you do start with the wall jump ability, which is interesting because most Metroidvania-like games typically don't start you off with wall jumping. You get an ability pretty early in the game about that, but not in this one. Greak, don't be scared. These words coming up heavily remind me of Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I think it's very clear that it was inspiration from those games because, you know, like you're moving around and then words pop up, you know. If you ever find yourself in danger, remember, follow our sigil. I'll leave it for you. Okay, so we're getting some interesting information here. Well, I totally just ran into the first enemy in the game. These are the first enemies in the game. They're little slime enemies. You simply attack them once and they will die. They don't go after you. They just move back and forth like Goombas, I guess, you know? And I, like an idiot, took damage already. Adara, I'll find you. Okay, so that's the sigil that, you know, was being talked about in the text that was popping up. Okay, these are enemies that are a little tougher. They actually have a little bit more health, as you can see. So simply approach up and attack, you know, and for the most part you'll be fine. Now here's the thing, and I guess I'll talk about this right now. For the most part, you don't need to fight enemies in this game. Sometimes they give you money, but it's pretty rare, to be honest, and because of that, you don't really need to be fighting them. You know, I mean, if you want to, sure. And some you do have to, you know, you do have to, but most you don't really have to. Okay, double jumping is introduced. I already talked about this. More wall jumping, you know, you're just kind of putting these abilities to the test here. This is an enemy that produces poison. Don't touch any of those green things that are falling up because you will get hurt. So I should talk about your health meter. The top left corner, you can actually see 4 yellow circles that are kind of surrounding a quarter of the circle up there. That is Greak's health. Get hit once, you lose the circle. Get hit 4 times, you die. You have to go back to the starting point of the last save point. In this case, it would be back at the beginning of the game. The game is not easy when it comes to giving you flexibility with save points. A lot of modern games, when you die, you can just like revert to last checkpoint. This game doesn't have checkpoints, it has save points. If you die, if you save and then you die 20 minutes into the game before you save again, you will have to replay all 20 minutes again. Be very careful about that. The game does not offer a checkpoint system, so you have to be incredibly careful, especially if your health is low and you have not saved in a long time. I'll talk about save points because we have not seen one yet, but we are going to see a save point quite soon. Alright, so in the top left corner, going back there, so again I talked about the yellow circles, that's your health meter. Sometimes you can actually get health from certain enemies, but I mean if you're at full health, that's what I'm saying, you can just avoid them. This enemy is a little bit tougher. He will actually pounce at you occasionally. Be very careful and back away from it. But also in the top left corner, you see a blue crystal diamond thing that says 50. That indicates to you that you have 50. It's like the money. I don't actually know the exact term of what money is called in this game. I forgot. But it's money. It's 50 money. And then you also have arrows. Before I actually advance, I'll show you. For arrows, you simply hold R. Hold R and then move the left stick so you can look around. And then you simply fire by pressing the fire button. And you use an arrow. Now that was of course a waste of an arrow, but I had to show and demonstrate that. So that's R. That's R1. You'll see that ZL and ZR are doing some kind of shiny flashy thing. This is ZR, this is ZL, but I'll talk more about this later because right now I cannot demonstrate that to you because I need another another character with me. And that's about it for the gist of the controls that I want to talk about. Yeah, L. So this is R, ZR, ZL, and L. L brings up your inventory, and you have 4 inventory slots. You are very short in inventory slots. You'll see that these will get filled up very, very fast. Here it says regenerates 3 life points. So simply press A to eat it and you will regenerate 3 life points. It's not immediately, it takes a couple seconds to regenerate that health, but it is helpful regardless. That's about it for the controls for now. I'll talk about more things a little bit later on. Let's just actually advance the game, because I'm sure a lot of you want to see this, and we have fallen. But yeah, just trying to showcase as much as possible about the game, you know, with this early access, just to give you all an idea if you personally feel it's worth it. I actually think it is. I think it's a great game from, you know, the nearly 5 hours that I played the game. And yeah, you'll see. I want to showcase it to all of you and, you know, be as optimistic as possible. Someone's saying Greek. Greek, get up! Where am I? Okay, so here you can't really do much. I can't jump, I can't attack. All you need to do is move to the right. What is this place? Oh, I guess one other thing I should mention. So the left stick is how you move. You cannot move with the pad in this game. And that's probably a thing that some people may take into criticism. But it's because the pad actually has uses. There's controls that you can actually use the pad for. So if you press left and right, he will not move. You must use the left stick. The right stick will let you look around, and this is actually very useful because you do get to look around quite a lot, especially when you're like trying to look down and you can't see. Just simply move it down and you'll be able to see. Here's a new mechanic introduced to us. You simply just jump and then you press A, and you can climb vines, and you can simply jump again to get out of the vines. So here's somebody, a character that we don't know who that is. Greek, you found a way at last. Let me show you how to get out of here. Okay, it's actually Adara. You can see her name. Alright, so now we're going to get introduced to the pad. If you press right on the pad, you will automatically move to Adara. If you press left on the pad... Oh wait, hold on, let me attack. Okay. If you press left, you can go back. You can switch between characters. At the bottom left corner of the screen indicates to you what button of the pad corresponds to what character. There's also an up, but that's for the third character, but we don't have that person yet. So I talked a little bit earlier about how every single character is different, and I mean very different. And here we're going to get some introductions about how to play Adara. So, first of all, we can attack pots and you can get sometimes money. So, Adara does not have a double jump. Instead, if you press B again, you can do a little bit of a hover, but you do have a limited amount. As you can see, if it drains, you gotta wait for it to fill up. You can aim a little bit higher. So for example, if you just hold it, she's right there, but if you go ahead and jump and then aim up while holding B, she gets a little bit of height. It's very important to know. Also, if you're pressing down, right, you get to control it. You do get to control it. But this same bar is actually shared with the attack. So if you try to attack and then you jump, you'll be able to jump less. So it's shared among attacks. Be very careful. Here we're going to get introduced to the R button, just like how Greek can do the R button, aim, and then shoot with the arrow. Adara can do that too, but she'll just shoot with her regular attack. Just like that. And then we get an enemy. Whoops, I just fell all the way. Wow. That's ridiculous of me. Alright, so we're just going to shoot, and there we go. We kill that bat. Alright, so we can shoot that thing too. Hit some more pots. Anytime you see pots, just hit them. I mean, it's free money. You know, you might as well do it. And by the way, you don't actually have to press R to aim in all directions. R is just free aim mode, but for example, if you just are running and you need to just shoot up, just move up, like diagonal up, and she can still do that without you ever having to press R. R just gives you perfect control over where specifically you want to aim. So, for example, you can go and shoot down, see? You can jump, aim down, and shoot down, and that works. However you want to. See? I'm not pressing R right there at all. So it's very important to know that because it saves you a little bit of time because then you don't have to like press R or whatever, you know, every single time. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Oh wait, we can't break that. I thought that was a pot that we can break. Alright, so there's that. This door is closed. Okay. And there's a ladder. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you want to see what's down there, instead of going blindly, move R down. Right stick, I mean. And you can actually kind of see. So here we can do that. Shoot that. This switch is you gotta hold it so you can actually let the door go, or else you will not be able to go through. This right here is a little bit of foreshadowing for what we're going to be doing. With more than one person, you can have one person hold a switch, and the other person can go through. This is just a ladder you can take back up if you want to, but there's no point in doing that right now. And let's just move on through. What the hell? Stupid bat. Alright, let's shoot these pots here, get some more money. Here's another switch. Alright, now we're going to get introduced to this. So I just talked about this. Keep Adara here, switch to your other character, and now Greek can actually move through. And now we're going to get introduced to possibly one of the more complicated things. If you are not good with 2D platformers, you will initially find this very confusing. Alright, so I'm controlling Greek. If you press and hold ZL, you'll have this shiny thing that I was talking about. If you then move, both characters are going to move at the same time. If at any point you don't want both characters to move, like for example, I want Adara, well, for example, I'm going to want Adara to go all the way here to this window, and then from that point I want only Greek to move. Hold, 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 let go. See? ZL controls the other characters, and you can basically make them do whatever the heck you want to as long as you're within range. So right there, now they're moving. If you press jump, both characters will jump. If you press B again, you see that every character has their own kind of jump. So Greek does a double jump, and then she does her floaty jump thing, whatever you call it. So you got to keep that in mind. It can get very tricky, but it's a big learning curve. I'll be honest. It's a big learning curve to get used to this at first. So here, for example, I want to do that. Now I can't just. Oh shoot! I gotta attack his enemies. Oh, you stupid! He hit me. This guy actually hit me. Okay. Yeah, sometimes enemies respawn, and that's one of the craziest things about this game, because that means you can't leave characters as they're in the open. Because sometimes enemies are going to respawn and hit you. Now we're going to press this one. Adara, I think it's this way. Alright, let's switch back to Adara. This time we have to take the ladder, because there's no other way to get back up there. Well done. Awesome. Oh shoot. Okay, we can kill these guys. Now the other neat thing too is that if you actually hold ZL and you attack, and there's enemies close by, your other character is actually going to attack. Although I think with that, you don't actually have to press ZL. Oh wait, sorry, I said ZR. This is all ZL, my bad. It's ZL. Sorry, lots of confusion here. Here, I kind of want to demonstrate this. Attack, see? See how Greek just did? I didn't do that. Greek just attacked normally by himself. Alright, so here that's a new mechanic. You simply hold A and then you can push. You can push a block. But we don't want to actually push it that way. We want to go and push it this way. Because we need both characters to come through. So we can put the block there. Okay, and then we can go like this and then just go through. I thought I saw it. Yeah, this here. Kill it, kill it. Oh shoot. There we go. Alright, so it's down. Up here, these red jewel things are actually health. I can't really show that because I'm already at full health, but if you break them, it actually grants you some nice health, which is pretty good. That part over there is closed. Let's just go up here. Again, I'm holding ZL for this. That way I'm controlling both characters at the same time. Okay, I'm going to leave Adara right there, and I'm going to go through, put Greek there, and then switch. Now there's two things you can do here always. That you can always just simply switch back to the character and then move them, or what you can do is press ZR. I haven't talked about ZR yet. Everything I was doing was ZL. If you press ZR, you'll actually have the other person come to you automatically. Instead of you controlling both of them like that, you can just press ZR and they'll walk to you. So it's kind of up to you. Personally, I use ZL more than ZR. I find it more convenient, or switching back, especially in difficult platforming sections where you can't go, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I'll talk about that stuff later, I suppose. Here we can break that. Here's an item. We'll take that. If we actually press the L button, we can see what the item is. It says it's a main root, regenerates 1 life point. Not bad, not bad. Okay, and over here, we got some, oh my god. Well, she did a good job. Alright, let's go. Anything here? Just some pots and stuff to break, pretty much. Oh shoot, they're coming. You stupid. He hit me. Okay, give me that. Oh wait, there's I left the money over here. Whoops. Alright, so I already talked about everything up there. That's about it for everything when it comes to the tutorial aspect of this game. That's all the controls for the most part. Watch out, Urlogs! Okay, these enemies are actually pretty tough. What you want to do is bait them to come close, and then they will actually do an attack. Then you want to get close. The closer you are, the better, because you can actually land a lot of attacks. What the heck? This is a cutscene though, but I would have killed him for sure. Yeah, hopefully you understood that. It's a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a bit much at times, but it just takes a lot of learning, all these controls. Here's Greek, just in a bed, in a random bed here. Oh, you're awake. Who are you? Thanks to the winds, you're okay. The scouts found you. What were you doing all alone in the forest? What happened? I'm looking for my sister. Her name is Adara. I see. You're very small and there are a great many dangers out there. The scouts haven't found any more inhabited places. Luckily, this old stable is still secure, but not for much longer, we fear. These monsters are destroying everything. It's like a never-ending nightmare. I saw them, but even so, I have to find her. If you want to go and look for her, first you need to get back on your feet, little one. Tell me, what's your name and where are you from? I'm Greek, and I'm from Drendel. That's impressive. Drendel's a long way from here. My name is Riam. I'm in charge of food in the camp. But just look at yourself. You're very weak. I brought you some soup. Here, eat up. It'll restore your strength and you'll soon feel much better. Mushroom soup, a bowl of hot soup. It smells delicious and reminds you of home. Restores 3 life points. Okay, now the game is introducing you to items. You simply just hold L, you select the item you want, you press A, and you eat it. See how it's gradual? See, it's not instant. You gradually heal. Feeling better now, I made it myself. We don't have much food left, but a hot soup works wonders on anyone. The scouts haven't returned from their last expedition. My brother's out there with them. I hope he's okay. Maybe when they come back, they'll know something about your sister Adara. And when will they be back? I can't wait. I need to find her. I understand that you want to find her, but you need to be well prepared if you want to leave the camp. You know how dangerous it can be. Take your time. When you feel better, you can go and speak to Tauros. Tell him you're looking for your sister and he'll be able to give you a map. You'll need it. I'll feel better now. Thank you for helping me. It is light that you've recovered. I need to get back to my work. If you ever need to recover in the future, you can come here to rest. We'll keep this bed ready for you should you need it. And don't forget to talk to Tauros. I'll be outside if you need anything. Yeah, so you can just, you can come here and rest. Cool, let me talk to you. What are you doing there? That's his Dret? You don't seem to have a scratch on you, and I broke my leg rescuing you. What a gleam of luck you had. You could have been eaten by Khans. Thank you for saving me. I'm sorry about your leg. I'll be okay. By the way, I heard you tell Riam that you were looking for your sister. Yes, I have to find her. You need to be very careful if you're thinking about going to Urlog-infested territories. Do you know how to fight? You should talk to Zach. He's guarding the entrance to the camp. He can teach you some fighting techniques. You're going to need them. I'll do that. I have to find my sister. Go and stay safe. Don't force me to go looking for you with this broken leg. Be slower than the mug. Good luck on your journey and we'll meet again soon. Alright. Sounds great. Let's get out of here. And here we get introduced to the camp. Raven's Road Camp. Alright, so there's a lot of things that we can actually do here in terms of exploring and just like looking around. First thing is we can come up this tower and there's a dude here. Great, you've recovered. A bird has stolen the telescope lens. Without that lens, it's very difficult to see what's going on outside. I feel so guilty. Alright, talking about this. It seems to be missing a lens. New quest. So there is a quest system in this game. There's a lot of them, that's for sure. Some of them are main quests, some of them are side quests. A little more, and now you're almost ready. You must make haste. Those Urlogs will be coming for us. We need to finish building this airship. What airship are you talking about? Didn't Tauros tell you? Go and talk to him. Maybe you can lend a hand instead of just standing there. We're in no position to be wasting efforts. Okay. Here is the game's shop. Hello, you... Greetings, my name is Greek. Ah, yes, I heard you were walking along the mountains. The winds have protected you. It's good to see a new face around here. My name's Irene. If you need supplies, you might be able to find them here. There's not much left, but you can have a look. Okay, we can make purchases. The very first thing I highly recommend that you buy is the Scout Bag. The Scout Bag costs 100, but it permanently adds an additional slot to the inventory, which is great. It's fantastic. These other things are just health stuff, like, main root, we already seen one of those, bowl of vegetables, 3 life points. Elixir, 2. But we don't need to do that right now. We'll talk to you, though. That little icon is a quest icon. Greetings, Riam. Greek. Good, you're recovered. I'm very relieved to see you on your feet again. Thank you. That soup was delicious. It's getting harder and harder to find the ingredients, but I do my best to make sure we have something tasty to eat. It helps keep spirits up. Could I have some more soup? We're gonna do Yeah, we'll do that one. Sorry, that's all I had. I'm making some now for everyone, but here's the recipe. If you find the ingredients, it's easy to make more. Alright, let's actually go ahead and press minus now so I can show you. If you press minus, you get sent to your quests immediately. We can see this is our main quest, find Adara, of course, right? Then we have these two, find a telescope lens. And then we have this one. So, basically, well, I mean, with these two, you can kind of see a little bit of a hint, you know, sometimes on these little textings that they have here, but it's fine. I mean, for the most part, I know what to do. Here's some items you can pick up. These are some of the worst items in the game. These are actually, they're called yurt seeds. They're combined with other ingredients to make food items. Typically, I don't really do anything with them except sell them because they're just a waste of space. Because a lot of the time, I'm not even going to be making food, at least at the beginning of the game. Yeah, but they're worth 0. Oh wait, they are worth 0. Shoot, I thought they were worth 2. I got confused over that and something else. So you can sell them, but they're worth nothing. You can also just come over here and eat them by pressing A, but they don't do anything either. I mean, and you can also just throw them. If you're holding this and you press A, you use, and if you press X, you drop. So you can drop them here. I'm just going to pick it up again. I don't really care. We're going to go over to the right. Okay. You're not thinking of leaving the camp, are you? This is the only safe place we found. Everywhere else is infested with that plague. But I need to find my sister. And how do you plan to wander around there with so many dangers? I see. You've got a sword with you. I don't think there's much out there. But if you must go, you'll need more than that sword to defend you. And how do you intend to get back? If you want to leave, I need to be sure you can get back. Talk to Toro so he can give you a map so you won't get lost. Oh man. Fine. Wait a minute. Oh, I guess I do need to talk to him first, huh? That's fine. Okay, we are going to go in here. If you go in here, you can take into this place. Hey, you're the new boy. I'm in charge of the supplies. My name's Lynn. The supplies, I can see that. That's a big job. I'm Greek. I saw when the scouts brought you to the camp. Thanks the light that you're okay. Where can I find a telescope lens? Do you know where I can find a telescope lens? A lens? I'm not sure, but I've heard talk of a fairly unusual peddler. I believe this peddler travels all over Azur on the hunt of interesting items. Perhaps you could try and find him. He could help you. How's everything? Okay, I'm not gonna like read all these word by word because it's just a lot of, you know, sometimes unnecessary text, but I'm also not gonna mash through it because you may be interested in actually skimming through it, you know. All right, I'm gonna say I have to go. Seed collection. All right, so we can go down here, but I don't think I can do anything here. I think it's closed. Yeah, that's totally closed because this thing is broken, but it's available from the other side to actually open it. There's also book stuff in here that you can read, but they're super long. Like, I'm not going to be, you know, going through all these, like, reading them. I'll show these if you actually want to see them. You can pause the video or just skim through it, you know. But I don't know, I mean, it's lore. Like, if you're into all that lore, that's great. But personally, I like reading about lore when it's, like, on the main quest, when it's the main story, not some optional books in a basement, you know. That's very different. Oh, shoot, I tapped it again. Sorry. Alright, return. And we'll just go up. And that's about all I can do here, I believe. Yeah, it is. Let's get out of here. So we've talked to almost everybody here already. I don't think we talked to the guy up here. That's the house that we came in from, by the way, in case you forgot. There's this guy. I think I've heard about you. The new boy, you recover quickly. You're very small. I wish you could take my place. I haven't slept in days. Okay, it didn't really say anything important. Let's just go... Okay, this right here is a save point. This is how save points look. So now we saved. That's going to be our last, quote, checkpoint. No matter where we die, until we save again. Hey, are you the lad who was rescued by the scouts? You seem recovered. Riam told me you're looking for your sister. I understand you are aware of the risks out there. Our scouts haven't come back and I need to carry on building this airship. Without the scouts, there's no one who can get hold of the materials. And without the airship, we can't get out of here. Do you realize what that means? Let's do something. I'll give you the map you need to find your sister and you'll bring me back the materials I need to finish the airship. It's madness asking you to do this, but I don't have a choice. But where are you headed? Seeing as you're asking me, have you seen any other airships in the sky? They're all headed to a place called Sinoraz. Or Sinoraz, I don't know. Apparently it's a place that's free from this threat. As you know, these lands have been invaded by the Urlogs. Up until now, this camp has been safe, but we fear that very soon this won't be the case. The Erlags are continuing to advance, and there are more corrupted zones. We no longer have any guards and just a handful of scouts. Fortunately, we have some food, but we don't know for how much longer. So, will you help me? What about the scouts? Scouts haven't come back yet. I hope they're okay. They're also collecting materials. We need to finish the airship as soon as possible. Okay, you can count on me. I'm delighted to hear that. Take this map. It will help you not to get lost. If you're injured or need to rest, you can return to the camp. But take care of your journey and I hope you find your sister. So, as far as maps go in Metroidvania games, it's actually one of the... well, I guess I'll just show you. It's one of the, I guess you can say, not so useful ones. Because it's not a... you know, square by square like a typical Metroid game, you know, or like Axiom Verge or even Hollow Knight, you know, where you can actually see the whole map. It's just a world map, and you can kind of see from the location you're in what different directions you can go to what new areas. So there are more and more that will be expanding eventually. So it does help you with knowing how to get to a certain area from another. But as far as the map goes, the specifics, that does not exist in this game, at least not up to the 5 hours I've played the game so far. Alright, so these things also just bring up the map real quick as well, which is kind of cool. But anyway, now that we're here in this minus or plus, you know, the pause button, usually it's the quest that's defaulted, but you can also press R and that's how you go to the map. You can press R or left again to go to relics. We have 2 relics, we have a family drawing and a map of Azur. So as you can see, there's a lot of relics. And the plus button will go ahead and do resume, revert to save, settings, and main menu. Hey kid, if you're thinking of going, be sure to take some supplies with you. There's not much left out there. Yeah, that's true. Okay, and this thing here, Belhora Waterfalls. Usually these things they have the exclamation mark for quest, but that doesn't mean the quest is by examining it. It's just pointing that that's where you need to go. So we have to go into the Belhora Waterfalls. The first real section of the game. So, if you've been a little bored of no combat in the last couple of minutes, well, we're about to do it now. Yeah, the loading screens are not so great, but not terrible either. But luckily, it's not too often that you have to go through loading screens in this game because the areas are rather large, each of them individually. Alright, so here, the waterfalls, I mean, it's the first area of the game. It's going to be pretty simple, you know. As a reminder, there's no pits in Metroidvania games, so you might be thinking you'll die if you fall. No, you don't. Simply move your control stick down and you'll see that there's actually more platforms down there. Before I go down there, though, I want to go... Actually, hold on. Before I go that way, I just realized something I need to do. I'm such an idiot. It's not good doing this right now because I was supposed to actually, after you talk to Tauros, what you should be doing is going back to Zack because he's going to give you a quest and you want to do this the sooner the better. Like, seriously. The sooner the better. I mean, at least you got a little bit of a sneak peek there, you know, of Belhora Waterfalls. But... yeah, you definitely want to go the other way and get a quest from him. I believe he should be able to give us a quest. And it's better to do this now because we are going to be fighting enemies that are part of that quest. That's a little sneak peek. The quest involves killing certain enemies, and we are going to encounter those enemies. Here he is. And now he has an exclamation thing above him. You again? You a scout? Yeah, something like that. My name's Greak. I'm Zack. How can I become a scout? This isn't a good time to be a scout. Why do you want to be one? I want to help out in the camp and learn how to fight the Urlogs. I've seen it like before. You're very sure of what you're saying. If those are your reasons, I'll give you a chance. But you need to prove you can do it. Come back to the camp if you run into any problems. We don't have enough scouts to go out looking for you. If you were alone in the forest, as they say you were, you must have already confronted the plague crawlers. Yes, I defeated some of them. Good. Well, then defeat some more, and that will give the scouts a bit of a breather on their return. Those creatures are slow, but they can take you by surprise if you let their guard drop. Or your guard drop. Yeah, I'll wipe them. You have good attitude, but stay alert. Achieve your objective and come back when you finish. I'll show you how to use that sword if you can prove it. Okay, cool. Basically, you get a nice little... oh, you also get a free elixir. Cool. This is a good elixir, large elixir. An elixir that restores 5 points. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so... we're going to go to the left now. Now that we have this quest, and you can actually see what you need to do, you have to defeat 5 plague crawlers. Plague crawlers, and it actually shows you. See the image there? It always gives you a hint as to what enemy that is, which is pretty nice. We'll just save again, sure. So there's going to be a lot of play crawlers over here, and we want to defeat those 5 right now, because when we come back and we turn in the quest to him, we will actually obtain a nice new sword ability, which will make the game overall easier, having a new ability. Unfortunately, that means we do got to pass through this loading screen a couple times. An extra time because I messed up. Alright, Valhora waterfalls. Now we can actually go through. I suppose we can take these, but oh man. You can see, you can carry up to 3. I accidentally ate one. It doesn't matter, because I don't really have enough space for all that anyway. Okay, so here are the guys. When you kill one, see the top right corner? Now it says 1 out of 5 because I did defeat one. Here a bridge is out. We can just go through though. Road to Arkantos. Crossing through south or whatever that word was. Oh, you dropped some money. Alright, let me defeat you. There we go. That's 2 already. Here's some more of these. I'm not even going to collect them because they're going to waste all my inventory space. Like I said, you only have 4 inventory space, which is really, really low. Danger, deadly drop. There's no way through. Yeah, as you can see, that's very unfortunate. We can't go that way. So this means that what we have to actually do is we do in fact have to go down to the bottom. And by the way, you don't actually have to defeat this version of the play crawler. If you kill the standing version, it does count. So you can just kill the standing version, and then they sometimes go into crawling version. You don't actually need to do anything with them. I'm gonna ignore that enemy because those things are really difficult. Especially when you're by yourself. Helps to avoid them. Okay, so I guess we'll just go this way. Oh, I stood on the mushroom. The mushrooms actually bounce. See? Alright, we already defeated 5. We're done. This part can be a little tricky, and I'll definitely defeat this enemy first. Jeez, luckily the mushroom was there. There's a lot of little jellies here. These are these are actually better. These do grant you 1 life point. So they're just in general better than this thing that's already wasting so much space. Over here we have another mushroom. Ah, look at these. Remember, this is part of the side quest. If we get 3 of those mushrooms, yeah, we'll be able to complete a quest. Okay, and then there's a chest over there. I don't think we can actually get any of that. And as you can see, they just keep respawning, so that's why you don't really want to keep fighting them all the time. This thing, I believe, ends up coming... Yeah, it comes back down, so that's not going to actually work, unfortunately, because the top is closed off. I believe you need 2 members here to actually do anything, because... Oh, whoops, I died. Well, you don't die, you just take a hit. I tried to actually jump through there, but that wasn't going to work. Anyway, I'm going to actually end the video here. I'm going to keep these videos around 35 minutes or so, or at least the first one. In general, anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes is, you know, perfectly reasonable for a video that I do in my channel. There's that section up there. We do need to go up there. This thing you can actually end up moving by just pulling it. But I'm going to do all this pretty much next time. Here you got to be fast. Get up there. Jump. And then grab... Oh, rope. Oh my god, bag is full. I'm telling you, we're getting into a problem. We just have to eat these. We gotta make some space. We got a rope. We need 4 ropes. We'll get the other 3 next time. So before I end this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you enjoyed the video. I will see you all later. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great day. Mushroom number 2.